I'm sitting here today with my friend, Pam Siegel, who's not just my friend, but she's a marriage and family therapist, and she specializes in mindfulness. And what I want to do is talk a little bit about mindfulness as a grandparent. Can you give us a hint or two on maybe the top couple of things that we should all look at as grandparents?
Okay, yes, absolutely. Thanks, Leslie. The first thing, the most important thing, I think, in terms of being a mindful grandparent would be to be present. And presence is the most important thing.
What do you mean by present?
Being, when you're with your grandchildren, to really be with them. Don't be on your phone. Don't be looking around, distracted, talking to friends. Just you're with them. If you're playing a game with them, you put everything away and you actually play the game. And this can also be for grandparents that are far away, because a lot of grandparents are not in the same city as their grandchildren.
Right.
And this being present means calling them, doing FaceTime with them, trying to be in their lives as much as you can. So really pushing the relationship from your end. Now, in terms of when you're really with your grandchildren, a lot of us we get distracted. I mean, even if we're driving them to activities, we are talking on our cell phones, we're just not with them. But this being present really means immersing yourself in their activities for the time that you're with them and enjoying it.
Right, because it's not the longest, it's a short time.
It's a short time. First of all, the window that they actually want us in their lives is very short.
Yeah.
But it's like the other day, I noticed that I was not being mindful. I was with my grandchildren, and I was just very distracted. I was talking to the gardener, I was busy with my things, and they were here playing. And I thought, they're here with me now. This is their time to be with me. Let me be mindful. Let me be present. So I think that's the first most important tip that I would offer.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think it's so easy to get distracted. I just think that I could be with my grandkids, and you could call me, and I'd think, I would love to talk to Pam. Exactly. Oh, nope, I'm not going to pick up the call. I'm not going to pick up the call right now because I'm with them.
Yes.
And I will have time later on. But sometimes it's
so hard.
You just really want to pick up the phone, or you really want to do something else. And it's so much fun to be with them. And yeah, it's a short period of time. It's a short window.
So number one is presence. I think number two is setting a good example and, having your own good values so that you actually let them see and you model for them what that means and what good values means. So it's not like we're telling them to have good manners and then we ourselves are rude. Right. Or don't say thank you to people.
Yeah.
But actually, we say please and thank you. We drive according to the rules. We do not curse and swear when we're driving. Haha, that's a hard thing to do in LA. But my point is really try to be a really good role model so that the values that you want to instill in them, that you are practicing. So I think that's number two. What do you think?
I think that's great. I think that's perfect. I think that's great. I want to add another thing that I think is really important, and that's being with your grandkids and retaining a sense of yourself, and at the same time having a sense of humor with your kids.
There is no question. I think that even when the kids are melting down, not that you want to not be sensitive to their feelings, but keeping it light, not getting so intense. And I've noticed with my grandchildren that when I'm silly and laughing and doing fun things, they respond. They love that. Yeah. I think that's a really important.
They like
lighten up.
Right, lighten up.
All of us need to lighten up a little bit.
Yeah, there's nothing like silly grandma or silly grandpa, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
My husband is very silly with them, and they love their grandpa. Like, they love him.
Because he's silly, yes.
Because he's silly. He's goofy.
Right. Yeah, goofiness is cool.
What else is important? Let's think. So we have presence, we have good values, we have laughter, silliness.
Another one is just warmth. Is showing your love, not being afraid to just
be affectionate.
Be affectionate, because we want them to be affectionate with us, and the only way they're going to be affectionate with us is if we really show them that.
You teach them.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was with my grandson at a B'nai Mitzvah over the weekend, and they were getting in the car to leave, and I started kissing him a whole bunch. He goes, "Grammy, I'm going to see you tomorrow." And I said, "I can't help it. I just love you so much. And he was like, he was pushing me away, but on the same time, he was loving it.
Yes,
You know?
yes. But he's young enough to love that.
Yes, but it gets, as they get older, things change.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I can see the difference between 4 and 8 already.
Right, and I can see the difference between 11 and
Yes.
7.
Yes.
There's
A big difference.
there's
Yeah.
lots of love,
Lots of love.
but maybe not so much in public. Maybe the love is more like in the house.
Right, private or before they go to bed.
Right. Oh,
That's when
yes.
you always get the most affection and snuggles, those kinds of things.
That's another thought, which is, I think, if you are with your grandkids and you can put them in bed and you get to snuggle with them or rub their backs or read a book or tell stories, I think it's such a special time because there's something about the safety of being in their bed and feeling like they're in their home and they're really comfortable. And then they talk. They express what they're feeling just because it's the end of the day. And I mean, sometimes they're too tired, but I do feel like there's something about the security of being in your bed and then having your grandparent there and feeling that warmth.
You're just reminding me also of something else, and that is what you were just saying, is listening. I think listening is a huge part of being a mindful grandparent. Actually, of just being mindful in life, is to be able to sit back and listen to what they're saying, listen to them. You know, again, a lot of times their parents have dual careers and they're very busy and they don't have enough time to really sit and listen, and that's where grandparents come in. We have a little bit more time. Some of us have a lot more time. We don't have other obligations like we did when we were raising our children, so we can sit there and give them the attention and the listening that they need, and that's a really important part for grandparents.
That's such a good point, because I'm thinking that when I was raising my kids with my husband, we were both working and we did a lot of things lots of times in a hurry.
Yeah, of course.
And I feel like now when I'm with my grandkids that there is a softness, that there is a pace that's much slower, and that I really, really can enjoy the moments. And sometimes I look back and say, boy, I wish I'd done that with my own kids.
Well, this is why mindful grandparenting is a chance to reparent.
Right.
We're getting a chance to reparent.
The second chance.
The second chance.
Yeah.
Yes. The other thing I wanted to say is, an example, I was with my grandson in the car, picking him up from school and driving and listening to him going on and chatting and just really saying, oh my God, this is such a special time right now. I wanted to be mindful of the moment and just stay in it. I would never in a million years even have understood that raising my own children at the time. You're right, it was always hurry up, let's go, we gotta
go
get here. And I see my own kids doing the same thing I did, and I'm able to step back. I think the mindfulness training has really taught me that life goes by, and you've got to really pay attention to these moments with them.
Well, you've taught me a lot about that. I mean, Pam has really taught me a lot about mindfulness. It's made me much more conscious with my grandkids and with my own life. I mean, I always can learn, and I think we all can learn, but there's something about really enjoying just the moment, these gorgeous flowers, just enjoying the moment of being together and just talking.
Absolutely. And as we get older, we are more appreciative of these moments because they're not going to always be here. We're not going to always have them. So,
thank you. This is fabulous.
Great. Okay, good.
Okay, thank you.